When I began to pray about house churches, I assumed that I wasn't going to have a house church. I didn't really want a house church. I was ready to go back to campus, to the bigger church. But I began to pray and I sought the Lord about what our next season was, and I knew in that moment that I needed to start the house church. I talked to my husband and it was a go. We needed to start it. So we opened up our home and we've been having our house church for over a year now.
It was Rock Conference. Pastor Jerry was talking about, hey, just moving the church into the homes and stuff, and that kind of sparking a desire in our hearts. And we didn't know when it would be, but we always had that desire and longing for it. And when the time was right, we finally said yes.
Our church was able to sort of direct us into how to plan it, how to organize, and how to open our home, which we had already agreed that we were going to do, open it to God's to serve Him. Mm-hmm. And we just ended up doing that, and from there on we just opened it, and we were just surprised what God has been doing.
And the Lord just said, I'm going to establish my kingdom in your house and the people will come.
When we started our house church, one of the first questions I asked the Lord was, who am I supposed to invite? Because I knew that if I started a house church without asking the Lord for direction, it would become a Jerry and Christy show, meaning our friends would come. And we know our friends would all come, so we wanted to be purposeful in asking the Lord, so who do we invite to our house church since you're asking us to do this? And one of the people that He put on my mind was a lady named Wendy. And she worked in the Ontario Men's Mall. She worked at Vitamin World. And when the Lord put her on my heart, I texted her and I said, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but before the pandemic, you asked if you can join my Bible study at the mall. And she texted back instantly and said, I have been praying for 3 days for the Lord to bring and open up a house church for my husband and I to go to, and now you're texting me.
There was a preparation period for us where the Lord just began to use us, and especially Justin, to plant seeds within our apartment community and just building relationships. And I believe that the Lord was very strategic in the timing, because it allowed us to get the ground ready for when we were going to actually launch the house church.
My wife and I, when we opened up our home, we knew that God was going to move, and people have come needing emotional healing, needing deliverance, needing, physical healing for their marriage, people that are going through divorce. I mean, we've got people going through all kinds of things coming into our house, encountering the Spirit of the living God. We're laying hands and things are breaking off of people, long-standing strongholds, mental blocks, issues of the heart, issues of healing. A woman that was in a car accident and then hit by a car after that was experiencing pain. We're laying hands, people are getting healed. People that are coming off of bondages to alcohol and drugs are getting filled with the Spirit and replacing that void.
There's a lot of souls out there that are waiting to hear of the hope of Jesus, and they just need obedient Christians to say yes to the Lord, and He's going to provide everything that they need. So not to be fearful, not to be afraid. I got pregnant during the whole pandemic. We continued the house church. We didn't stop it. Why? Because we trust that God, if He's sending us to do a job, He's going to equip us and provide what we need and provide His protection.
It's fun to do what we're called to do. When God asks you to do something and you do it, it's fun, it's wild, it's sometimes crazy, but it's fun, and we get to see lives radically changed.